Broadcast
We
is
are
live.
live.
We are live. Hi, everyone. I wonder who's... Oh,
Hello.
Hello, everyone. I don't know how to tell you. This is my first time doing this, so Jem's obviously in charge. It's all Jem.
Uh-oh.
That's a scary thought, isn't it, Jem?
It is a scary thought. I should never be allowed in charge.
Jem can tell us like how many people are watching and tell me everything because it's all on your channel, so you'll be able to see all that, won't you? You'll be able to see all that.
I think so. So I think at the moment there's 2 people watching. I'm sure someone will comment in a minute. Oh, there we go.
And
Alice is here.
oh, I can just about, if I look a bit closer, I can see Alice saying hello down there. Hi, Alice. Actually, I might want to change it around. Sorry, guys, just to be confusing. There you go. I can see that a bit clearer now.
Perfect.
That works better. I can actually see Alice's comments. Better. Sorry, guys. Sorry, Alice. At least if it's you, I can sort of go da da da. See my boobs.
Okay, you are live.
Yeah, we're live. I know, it's so scary. It's like, oh, it's my first time. We'll see if I can work out how I'll do it on my channel at some point. I don't know which book I'm doing on my channel. We haven't decided yet, have we?
Got Jack.
Hi, Jack! We've got 2 of our best friends are here.
So, for those that don't know and just clicked on this randomly, we are discussing the first in the Six Tudor Queens series today. My copy is at Alice's house.
Yes, I've got my copy. My copy was given to me by the lovely Ange, I believe. I think actually Ange gave me my copy, actually. One of our girls, yeah. Although I've not got her slip in here, which I normally keep her the slips. But yeah, this is my copy, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it.
So,
but you know, actually at my charity shop, that series has been selling out. As soon as we get it at the charity shop, it's been selling straight out.
It is a very good series.
The tudoralong is going live. She's holding it for you.
Alice is holding it up in her living room.
Well, she's going to be seeing you. We're hopefully all meeting up at September, are you? Hopefully.
Indeed. Oh, we've got Rebecca. Just finished this long book today.
Oh, it is very long. I don't think it's one of the longest ones, I think, isn't it? I think they're all quite long.
And we've got Lynn, who's typing and drying her hair.
Oh, that's a true talent.
But it's not working. So
no.
Maybe the hair's a bit drippy, but the typing is excellent.
Katherine of Aragon was nearly 600 pages. Our next one, Anne Boleyn, I know is shorter. It's like 530 odd pages, so that's about 100 pages shorter. So that's the next one's a bit better. Cannot remember what they've done with Jane Seymour. I think Jane Seymour's not going to be too long because obviously she didn't last very long, did she?
She didn't. So it'll be interesting to see how Alison Ware does that. Oh, follow you all first time in live chat. Oh, Rebecca, it's lovely to have you.
It's exciting, isn't it? I think
it's going to be first time on a live. So
yeah, my first time on a live. I've never done this before, so it's like I'm proper scared up. She made it to 404.
404. Oh, dear. Nothing like last minute reading. Oh, we should probably mention that our co-host Danny is not feeling 100% today, so she's not going to be in the live, but she is in the Voxer chat and she will be continuing to co-host throughout, but she's just feeling a bit under the weather today, so she will be back with us
the next one.
Yeah,
I think we'll put her on the Anne Boleyn and I'll do the Jane Seymour one then.
Yeah, then you'll have done like 2.
Yeah, then we've done 2 on here, so that kind of gives me a bit of time. She finished it today, didn't she?
Yeah, she like smashed through like half a book today.
I don't know how she did that. I was like really impressed.
Oh, cool. Lovely.
Oh,
I bet it is sunning down there at the moment. Heat wave.
Oh, I bet it's so nice.
Well done, Alice. That was a fair effort, to be fair.
You did try really hard. Alice is so hard.
Yeah. So, should we talk about the book?
Yes, I loved it. I actually loved it more the second time because this is my second time reading the series, although I haven't read Katherine of Aragon for 2 or 3 years. So I think for me it was a definite reread time. So it's my reread of the series. I actually rated it higher this time around than I did the first time around. I upped it a whole star rating.
Yeah.
Yeah, I put it up to
What
5.
did you give it this time? 5?
This time it got 5. Last time we only got 4. And I think from what I gather, the first time I read all the books, it got 4. So it will. Pardon me. I think Catherine Parr's the only one that I rated 5.
Ooh, interesting. Because I gave it a 4. It was a solid 4 for me.
Yeah, I see that.
Found it a tad draggy in the middle.
Yeah, it was very long, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, it probably could have been 100 pages shorter and still delivered what it delivered.
Because the first bit was really jam-packed, wasn't it? And then the end was like really, really good.
It was,
and
yeah.
Yeah, the middle was a bit... There was a lot of loss and a lot of like what she kind of... And how much we all took in from that, I don't know.
Yeah.
But I still rate it.
Sorry, for those that are in the chat, what did everyone rate it and what did you think? Let us know what your thoughts were. Anne should have been working when she was reading, but it's fine. Angie's a spy, so it just means that there's like there could be something horrific going on.
The joys of audio
books, that's fine.
The joys of audiobooks.
Yeah.
That's what you do, isn't it? You can actually kind of do that.
Yeah, because I read the first half physically and then I audiobooked the rest because I was just so busy. And actually the audiobook was really, really good.
I might have to look on BorrowBox to see if they have got any of the audiobook. It's funny with me, like I don't really have time to do audiobooks because like when I'm doing my housework I watch YouTube. I watch BookTube, so I kind of do it that way, but I don't drive like you do, so you obviously drive and you have it on audiobooks when you're driving and stuff. So for me, I don't really have that luxury. As to whether in the summer I maybe might have to look into possibly think about trying to see if I can get any of them on audio on BorrowBox. I don't know if BorrowBox has it, because that might be when obviously I'm rushing around with the kids all the time. I might need to on BorrowBox.
Yeah, indeed.
Yeah, it would be interesting to see what everyone else rated it and how everyone else sort of thought about the book. Really, record so
5 from Rebecca.
Oh,
read it in
that's
10
good.
days. After Gemma mentioned the deadline last week.
Yeah, I think a lot of people was like, we've got the live. So the next live, I think this is the start of July, so we're going to be start of September, won't we?
Start of September for the live for Anne Boleyn. So, and I have actually started that one already in an attempt to not be like one of the last people to
I think I've read the first 5 chapters already. So I'm going to read another chapter tomorrow. I'm kind of doing I'm doing like 4 chapters a week, and I'm trying to do it because for me, like if I do it in chapter slots, it makes it a bit more doable. Like, on my quieter days when I'm not working or when I'm not like rushing around.
Yeah.
So that's
Lynn is in agreement with me. 100 pages too long, but a good 4-star. Yeah.
That's still 4 stars. Just by the way, to say I'm on gin tonight.
Alice, I feel like this must be longer because she was his wife for the longest.
Yes, that could be a very good reason. Yeah,
I have found the middle bit a bit slow, but I can understand why she chose to show the passing of time like this before. Yeah, I'd agree. It probably was an active decision on Alison Ware's part to make it, because she did wait so long, obviously before she married Henry. I should probably mention, there won't be any sort of real spoilers for the book, but like the general historical timeline we will talk about today. So if you're not aware of the historical timeline, then that would be a spoiler for the book.
Yeah, because obviously we know that there is going to be obviously the 6 queens. We know what happened. The only other queen that's actually mentioned at the moment, I think, in this book. No, actually, the 3rd queen is mentioned in this.
She is, yeah.
Yeah, the 3rd queen's actually mentioned in this one. So we have 3, but obviously the predominant 2nd queen. And what I will say is what I like about the fact that with the 2nd one, I don't know if anyone else is aware, if anyone has had the chance to start the 2nd one, we are starting Anne Boleyn's straight story. So we're not starting when Katherine of Aragon ends. You will start at the start of Anne Boleyn's series, which is why you don't have to read it in set order, because they've each got their own separate stories, haven't they?
Yeah. So actually, if I come on to the next comment, tempted to join in with this now, but should I start with book 1 or go straight into book 2? Will I be missing any that way? So that's Sharon. Hi, Sharon.
Hiya.
And I don't think you need to read them in order because, like Emily said, it starts right at the beginning of Anne Boleyn's life. So you're really just getting Anne's story. So I would say you could jump in at book number 2.
I agree. Completely agree.
And it not be a massive spoiler for book 1 if you know the history.
And obviously, if you want to like ask us summaries on the group chat, you can on our Voxer group. We can always just like summarize points that if you're wondering about anything, just feel free to ask us, because we've all got that Tudor knowledge. And I find that even though me and Jem and Danny are the hosts, we've got quite a lot of prominent people in our group that know a lot about the Tudor era, which is quite fascinating, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. So I'm just going to try and get through a couple more comments. I think it has really set the scene for the other wives. Yeah, she was married to him longer than all the other wives added together, according to my research. Good research, Ange. I didn't know that. I'm not surprised. But yeah, how long were they married? Was it 20 years or something?
Yeah, it was definitely the longest. Like, I totally agree with the title, because if you think the title of our book, sorry, I'm looking down at our book, is The True Queen, because to me, she was the only one he really loved. Although he said he loved Jane, I don't think it was an equal kind of love. So I think she was the only one he really loved.
Yeah.
And
also, I think she was... Okay, maybe Katherine Parr, but I think she was the only one that really acted like a queen. She cared about the country, and she cared about the monarchy, and she cared about her marriage. And not all of the queens had that level of dedication. In fact, I don't think any of them had her level of dedication. No. She was completely committed to her role as queen. And I think that came across really well in the book, actually.
I think that was something that was portrayed very well, is the fact that we actually see a lot of it. We saw her true love as well. You could see she actually genuinely loved her. Because if you think, when we start the book of Catherine, obviously they meet when they're very young, and it's a bit icky. Me and you were all discussing in our group, weren't we, the icky bit about the fact she finds him attractive when he's only like 10 years old. That was a very icky moment. But if you think they met when they were young, and he was very handsome as a young lad, and then by the time, even when he married Anne, he was getting a bit not as... it was his position she was attracted to, rather than, I believe, him as a person.
Yeah, because how old was he when he married Anne? About 40?
Yeah, I would have thought he was about 40, I think.
Late 30s, 40-ish. Must say, I'm not looking forward to reading Anne Boleyn's point of view after reading the first book. It will be interesting to see if my viewpoint changes. Yeah.
It will be.
I think the way that Anne is portrayed in history, there's so many different ways to take it. A lot of people paint her as the manipulative husband stealer, and then other people that she was sort of pushed into it from her family. And I think Anne's will be possibly more entertaining than Catherine's, because it's a bit more
there is some icky bits coming, I believe. There are some icky bits coming, and you think she was... I think there are so many mixed people, because I spoke to Julie from Hungry Bookworm, and she likes Anne, and she's like really one of Anne's fans, and people that you either love her or not. She's very much a Marmite kind of queen, but there isn't much known. I think a lot of the different authors write about her in a different way, because if you think a lot about the Tudor history that we know, and how much of that is factual, we don't know, because there was not much written down at that time. Like with all the earlier historical fiction, there is not as much factual knowledge about all of them.
Yeah.
So they can be written in other ways, because we were comparing the fact that me and you have obviously both read the Constant Princess book, which is the Philippa Gregory book. I actually sold that to one of my customers at the charity shop the other day, because I said that was a really brilliant book. Yes. And that gave us more. If you like this book, then that's another book you can look at, the Constant Princess by Philippa Gregory, because that goes into even more detail on Catherine at Catherine's earlier days before she even came to this country, and how she's shot down.
I think as well, I think Philippa Gregory took more creative license when she wrote it, so she made stuff up if there was historical knowledge about it for the dramatization of it, which some people don't like, but I really enjoyed. So I think if you know you're reading fiction, it's okay. It's not meant to be a non-fiction account of her life. So Charlie's here.
Charlie, my Charlie. Charlie Brooks, my sister, if anyone hadn't known. She's like, hi, Charlie. But yeah, I think for me, I think obviously we know that Alison Weir was definitely more of she was more of a factual writer, even though There is points in the book that are fictional because we don't know exact details, but she is more of a factual Tudor writer. She's written a few non-fiction books in this in a time. Anyway, I've actually got a book up on the shelves that I need to read, The Queens of Conquest, which has got talks about other queens that she's written about. So she does write more non-fictional elements of the book, and it's a lot less creative license, like we say, than Philippa Gregory. Certainly more. Her Plantagenet series is a lot more fictional, and you have to bear that in mind when you read that. Yeah. So, like we also, those are quite a few of us read Wolf Hall for my read along that kind of flopped at the end of that one. But we read about Katherine of Aragon in that, and in the first, yeah, I think most everyone read one, and then a lot of people read two, and then hardly anyone read the third. But again, in Wolf Hall, it talks a lot about Katherine of Aragon again and Anne Boleyn. So we've got that knowledge that Hilary Mantel, she wrote a lot of factual knowledge.
Yes. Yeah.
So you've got to go at it that way. I think, to me, I actually have listened to Alison Weir live for a tandem read along, and I saw her live on like a Zoom thing.
Oh wow!
And she was talking about Catherine Parr. That was the last book. That was her book that I was to put the read along with that.
Yeah.
It was fascinating because actually Catherine Parr is actually her favourite queen. So when we get to that, that'll be quite an interesting thing.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to sort of from book 3 on, because I know a lot less about them. Catherine of Aragon,
I'm looking forward to that.
About.
Yeah, like I said, I've read them all. Catherine of Aragon was one I read the longest time ago, and then obviously Catherine Parr was the most recent one I read. Yeah. Last year I read Catherine Parr, Catherine Howard, I think Anna Cleese. I think I read all 3 of them last year. So although I've already read all 3, there's still so much in them.
Yeah. Oh, Rebecca's asking how to join the Voxer group. So Voxer is like a voice chat app. It's like WhatsApp with voice notes. But literally it's just an app that you download on your phone, and then you'll get like a Voxer handle, a name, and then just let me or Emily or Danny know what your Voxer name is, and we will drop you into the Tudoralong group.
I think all our Voxer names are our channel names, aren't they?
Yeah, so our Voxer names, or just drop a comment into any of our videos, and we can add you because we'll see the comment come up. Or Instagram, instant message, whatever works for you, really. But yeah, it's really easy to download and use. I'm a Luddite and I can work it out. So
same here. I'm the worst in you. We've joked about this. I'm actually worse than you on that, aren't I?
Yeah. We're the people who use Voxer because we can't cope with Discord.
We really are. Literally, we really are. Like, how many Voxer groups I have. I'm so glad that some of my read logs are finishing so I can focus just on this one soon.
Yeah.
Charlie, hang on, what's she read? I haven't read any of the book series, but I do plan to. Yeah, well, you can borrow. She's got the luxury, right? She lives literally spitting distance from me. So within the 5-minute drive, she lives from, and she's my sister, so she can borrow all of the books from me. Aren't you lucky,
You've
got
Charlie? No excuse, Charlie. You got no excuse. You need to catch up. Where's your family loyalty? Get on the group,
Charlie. She's my sister. She's got no She's like not really talked about me much on her channel yet. I think it's the embarrassment of, oh my god, that's my sister over there, because she started before me originally. She's like, thank you. Yeah, I love Tudors. It's one of, I think it's one in your favourite era, isn't it?
One of, yeah. I like ancient Greek
as
well. Ancient Greek.
Yeah, you're more into that. I think I'm more. The only ancient Greek I like is Percy Jackson. That's my. But I'm getting there, aren't I? I've got Ariadne and a few other books that Ariadne or whatever it's called.
Isn't Percy Jackson Roman?
That's Greek.
Is it?
It's Greek. It's got the Greek. It's got like Perseus and all the other ones.
Okay.
That's Greek, isn't it? Perseus and Poseidon.
Yes.
Yeah, it's got Perseus, Poseidon, Ares.
Yeah. They're all Greek.
Yeah, I've read Circe. I've got Song of Achilles, which I'm supposed to study with Danny at some point. I've got the Ariadne, so you've got me interested in that. And it's actually the YA series, the Percy Jackson series that's great. But for me, Tudor is my favourite time period. Then it's like wartime. But you like wartime as well, don't you? World War II time. Yeah. And then it's Victorian. They're my sort of 3 toppy eras. But Tudor's the one I probably know the most about, because I've been in. we already know there's a video coming up, 25 get to know me questions coming up on my channel, and it's where I actually admit my age, and I'm one of the older ones in our group. And I've gone, I actually remember studying Tudors at school, and it's the one era that I'm still like 30, 40 years down the line, 30 or 2 down the line, I still remember learning it. And we've actually got a hat, Charlie probably, there's a pub right near me, so if you do, when you guys come to Bracknell, both we go to Bracknell, Woking, whatever we do, there's a pub near my house, not far from my house, called the Old Manor, which was actually around in the Tudor era, and it's actually got pictures of the Tudor queens and kings in one of the snug areas. It was actually built in the Tudor area.
Nice. So that sounds cool. Yeah, we'll have to go and see that.
Yeah, it's a pub, Jem. You'll go there anyway.
Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah,
but yeah, Sharon, if you want to join the Voxer group, just let us know what your Voxer handle is, and we'll add you in, matey.
Yeah, it'd be lovely. It's a really nice group on the Voxer chat. Just pop in and say hi. I'll go as well. Yeah, we're looking forward to Charlie's videos.
Yes, indeed. Charlie has recently returned to BookTube, so if anyone is unfamiliar,
go and check her out. I talk about her in loads of my videos coming up.
Yeah,
we'll shout her out.
Alice, preferred Wolf Hall to this. Yeah, I would agree.
That's interesting.
But I did enjoy hearing Catherine's point of view.
And actually, I rated it higher than I rated Wolf Hall. That's strange, but I don't know why.
Yeah, well, I rated them the same, but I think if I put them up against each other, I would put Wolf Hall first.
But then I love Bring Up the Bodies, didn't I? And I wonder how that's going to compare to Anne Boleyn.
But then I don't know whether it was just because I really liked Thomas Cromwell's story because it was so different to anything
that was interesting. Yeah, I think that could have been a bit more into Katherine of Aragon, but whether he'll come up more in the Anne Boleyn book, that's what we don't know. Because like I said, I can't remember the Anne Boleyn book at all, so I feel like I'm reading it for the first time again. Yeah, so we don't know how much he's going to cross over, do we?
No, so it's going to be interesting.
It is actually, isn't it? It's going to be an interesting. Right, so we will start talking. I don't know if you agree, Jen, but we will start talking about the Anne Boleyn group on our chat after this. But those of you who don't have to catch up. I know everyone's got Jane Austen in July happening, so
we're pretty flexible, aren't we? So if people are just finishing off Catherine and want to leave final thoughts on Catherine, that's fine, and then we'll start dropping in the thoughts on Anne as well. Rebecca's just found The Constant Princess on her Kindle.
Yes. Ooh, yeah, definitely.
You should definitely read it and then let us know which one you prefer.
Yeah, that'd be interesting to hear, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
I know less about the last
Three Queens too,
I think we've got a lot more. This is obviously our first live, and it's where we can start off, but we've got a lot more of them to come, and it's quite interesting. Because I actually got invited to join this by Jem and Danny, which I felt very complimented.
It's because we knew that you love this stuff.
Just a bit of a big
and our other Tudor queen.
We love
Julie,
this person. Julie, we've already been talking about you.
Yeah,
we know
I
Julie.
would highly recommend checking out Julie's channel if you are interested in anything Tudorish. And she may have something coming up this year. Relation. You should go subscribe so that you don't miss that.
Do you guys think that I know that Jem pushed me into reading this book in August. We've got the Six Tudor Queens non-fiction book that this woman has made me put on my physical TBR for August. I hate you. So for those of you, I'm thinking of trying to do Tudor things on my channel for the next year to keep along with the read along. It's not a whole year now, isn't it? But would you like me to blog reading it, do like a whole monthly vlog and post it in September for the event in September of me reading it?
Yeah definitely.
So shall I vlog it and then read it and then do quotes on it?
Yes, please.
I think you guys, that way we can all find out a bit more, because that's definitely non-fiction.
Yeah that'd be good.
And it's got pictures in it as well,
and
by the
way. One of the questions that came up in the group, and I don't know if anyone here has a good answer, we were wondering if anyone's come across any Tudor books told from Henry's perspective, because a lot of things focus on the wives' perspectives, but is there anything looking at Henry's perspective?
Any books I need to look out for? Yeah.
Rebecca has read previously read a couple of Plantagenet books by Philippa Gregory. Yeah, they're good. Which ones have you read, Rebecca? Let us know which ones you've read. Because I've read The White Queen, The White Princess, The Red Queen, Three Sisters, Three Queens. That one was really, really good. And the other Boleyn Girl.
You need to read The Boleyn Inheritance. I might have a look for that for you.
Mate, they're all on my Kindle. They're all there.
On your Kindle, right? Sorted. I'm not going to look up for you. I'm not going to ruin your TBR and send you more books.
650 books, they're on my Kindle.
So I don't need to send you more books and ruin your TBR.
Mate, there's no room on my shelves. Stop sending me books.
Hope Danny's the next one that's got books coming to her when I can get off my bum and send them. Yeah. But yeah, I'm looking. Because I would be interested to know what because we've got a non-fiction section at my shop, and I don't know which books to look for to find out about more like Henry's. There would be. I might have a look.
Quite like a fictional retelling of Henry. To be fair, I think that'd be really interesting.
Know about those? I don't know. I've not seen any in my shop.
No. Julie's been binging Stranger Things. I'm going to have to watch this. I've watched the first series and I thought it was fine, and I didn't.
Me as well, rewatching it.
Everybody is talking about it, and I've got massive FOMO.
You would probably like it. I hide in a book when it's on. I hide in my books when it's on because I literally have to have my headphones in because I'm a giant wimp.
Because you're a wuss, though, Ems.
Yeah, I'm a fucking giant wuss. We already know this. I definitely like the Tudor era now. I like the Vikings and
Viking.
The last one.
I love the idea of that, but I've never read any fiction from Viking and Anglo-Saxon. So, and recommendations, please.
Yes, definitely. So what we could do is actually, when we all do our meetup, we could do a Tudor. I've got an idea. Ooh, because we're all of us that are on our chat are all doing the Tudoralong, aren't we?
Oh,
we could hunt for. We could do like a scavenger hunt for some Tudor books when we're on our scavenger hunt, and ruin Alice's TBR more.
Yeah.
That
we've got to ruin Alice's TBR, yeah.
Yeah, we've got to ruin Alice's TBR.
We've got to get her over 300 by then.
I think we're so evil. Alice is like going at the end of this. I'm going, I'm going to kill you lot because you keep ruining us.
Yeah.
She hates us after a bit.
Ulysses later.
I keep looking at Ulysses, by the way. You lot were going on about it. And in the shop, I was looking at Ulysses on the shelf going, do I join them? Do I join them? Because you were going on about it. I was like, and then Jack was talking about it earlier, and I was going, I'm not going to go and get it. I'm not going to get it. I'm going to end up getting it, aren't I? Just to wind up Alice and you.
Probably. Though, to be fair, Alice might wiggle her way out of it before 2024.
Yeah, but
anyway,
I think Alice
we digress.
Yes, but I think Bring Up the Bodies was really good. And that, like I said, I think we've got more comparisons to make, I think, with the second book rather than the first. I think that's going to be...
Yeah.
Because how much was Katherine of Aragon in, do we think, the Wolf Hall? Was she in?
Not a lot.
No.
Not a lot, really. She, I don't think we actually met her one-on-one. We only sort of heard of meetings that Cromwell had with her, didn't we? But they were definitely more interestingly written.
Yeah.
I would agree with that. But then I quite like the way Alison Ware writes because it's easy to digest.
Yeah, it's a lot easier to me.
Walpole needed quite a lot of brain power.
Yes, that's my opinion as well. I think I like Walpole, and I like Bring Up the Bodies. I liked as well. She loved Walpole trilogy. Yeah, I think looking at it now, I think reading Anne Boleyn will probably be where I'll compare it more. Because for me, like even though I was actually hosting the Walpole read along, when the co-host of that. I found it harder to read. I needed a lot more brain power to read that.
Yeah. And
that was a lot harder. Like I said, the third book just killed me. Like I could have easily, if I wasn't doing the Tudor, I would never want to read another Tudor book in my life after reading the book.
Yeah, that seems to be the general consensus. But,
yeah, I think for me, Alison Weir's writing is, I've compared her a lot to Philippa Gregory over the years. Because I've obviously been reading Tudor books for a long time. I like her more a little bit now. I didn't used to, but she swayed me a bit.
And loved the Wolf Hall trilogy, but
I can hear it.
Wait, no, Bring Up the Bodies is my favourite, not but.
Yeah,
you just want fat fingers.
Yeah.
Fat fingered Ange.
Bring Up the Bodies is my favourite as well. Don't worry.
Oh dear.
Yeah,
Julie,
I don't.
yeah, she does have something cooking, some
Yeah,
Tudor
she does.
deliciousness cooking.
So we might support her and do some Tudory things with her, can't we? We could always.
Yeah.
Oh God, yeah. And you going on about Stranger
Stranger
Things on our living group chat. Not
Oh,
non-fiction.
okay,
But...
a non-fiction. So this is about Henry's perspective, the men that made Henry. That sounds good. I need to write that down.
Yeah, could you write that down and then put it on our group chat because you've got all the stuff. Thank you, Julie. I have read one of the Tracy Borman's books, but I didn't like it. But that was me. I think I need to look for other books. I think the Tudory ones.
Yeah, I've
maybe.
not read her before, so
I need
new to me.
Be good to find. I've read some other Tudor books, but like I've read some Emily Purdy books, which are they're very much more fictional books, and they're more about Elizabeth coming up. So I whether how much they're Tudory kind of next generation-y kind of thing. So that would be interesting.
So Rebecca's read The White Queen and The Lady of the Rivers. Oh, actually, I have read The Lady of the Rivers as well, and that was very good.
Oh, good. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah.
I think for me, the best in that series was The White Queen. I loved Lady of the Rivers, and I love The Other Berlin Girl. I gave my copy of The Other Berlin Girl away, and I'm gutted because I want it now.
That was the first one I read.
Yeah.
So that would have been probably about 15 years ago.
Yeah, I think that's probably like the best one though, isn't it? Because I love hearing Mary Boleyn's story. So that's what's going to be interesting when we go forward to that Anne's story in the next coming couple of months. Remembering how much we hear about how Mary was taken on that, because obviously we know now, like she preceded Anne. She was kind of the intermittent one, and how close she got to being the queen. But then something got twisted, didn't it? That's quite interesting. So yeah, I think if anyone wants to read that, The Other Berlin Girl is probably one of Philippa Gregory's best books, I think.
Yeah. Alice wants to read fiction from Henry's POV. Me too. Yes. No more TBR, ruin him, mate.
You know what we like.
We're going to listen to that. The Last Kingdom series by Bernard Cornwell. Yes. I've been meaning to read him for ages.
Let me know what you think, because I'm not sure about that.
I might even have that on my Kindle.
Anything's possible with you, let's be honest, on your blooming Kindle. Let me guess, on the Kindle?
Yeah. How many? About 650.
Yeah, sounds about right. I don't have a Kindle. I'm just too old school. Like, got my physical books. I've got enough.
Then I've got like 200 odd. No, how many did I have? Like 150 on my shelves.
Yes, but how many do I have? How many physical books do I have in comparison? What was it? We said like 405 this month. Unread books on my shelves.
I can't remember.
I think it was about 405, wasn't it? Think about that.
That does make me feel a bit better.
Yeah, exactly. It makes everyone feel better. It made Alice feel better. It made Julie feel better. It made everyone feel better. I was like looking at my old hauls, and it's like going, yeah, I had so many books. How have I got so many now? But,
oh dear.
What's going on? Something's coming out the door. Sorry. I'm in the garden and some things are coming out of the...
I'm going to
try it's a bird.
Add Sharon to our... There you are, Sharon.
You've added that.
You are in the group.
Oh, I just saw this on my phone. There's someone in the group. Hey.
I just had to double check that I added you to the right group. I was like, did I add you to the
so many groups. She doesn't want to join our book waffle. That's dangerous.
No, I thought that was the persuasion group, and I was like,
oh God, I'm glad I'm not on that yet. I'm still going to watch the DVD for that. I'm going to watch it on Persuade. I'm going to watch it on Netflix, but I don't think I'll join the group chat because I don't think I can cope with another group chat.
Easy read. Catherine's very easy to read. Yeah, it is. Cromwell say Katherine was already leading court in Wolf. She was. Yeah,
that's why she wasn't in it as much. Yes, I think.
Yeah. Jack, there's Henry VIII play on in London. Oh, interesting. I quite fancy watching. Is it called The Six?
I've heard of that. Yeah, I've
the
heard
new
of that.
musical. Well, I don't think it's that new, but it's new to me who doesn't hear any news.
If I ever had the guts to actually go to a show, maybe it's not right now.
Jack likes Alison Ware's non-fiction.
I haven't read very many of her non-fiction. I do sort of look for them. I think I've read An Innocent Trait, but now that's fiction. I've got one more of her. I've got a couple more of Alison Weir's non-fiction books on my shelf. I can't for the life of me remember what ones.
Which ones?
Yeah, I think I've got a book.
Yeah. Wolfhall is epic.
Right.
Shard Lake series, but yeah, that's the one that
That's
starts
what I'm
with dissolution, isn't it? I really want to read that. I think that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one I must admit, but I need to find the first one in the charity shops. I'm not going to start. I'm not buying any more
it's quite a big series, isn't it? Is there like 7 of them or something?
Yeah, I think. I check. Yeah, I think I'm going to not look for that series until I've cleared a few more series off my shelves. Anyway.
Jack's recommending Alison Ware's non-fiction based on one book.
Sounds like chat.
But we'll take it. We'll take it. Get a bit confused with me comments. Hi, Ange.
Oh,
yeah. Margaret George's Henry VIII might be from Henry's point of view. Okay. 22 years ago. What, you mean you can't remember? Outrageous behaviour.
Oh my goodness, yes. Oh my goodness.
I need to add it. There's a lot of bits on my piece of paper right now.
Jen's got organised. I'm in the garden. There's no way of me writing anything down.
You'll just have to remember by heart. I'm going to test you later, Ems.
Yeah, that'd be hilarious. I'm on the gin. By the way, this is a double tonight. I'm sorry. Busy day at work. I needed a double.
Oh dear. Yay! Sharon is in the group. Get ready.
Oh, brilliant. Yeah, I think that boxer group's going really well, actually. I'll Tudor along. All the other ones have got a bit quieter.
It's along, isn't it?
It's still doing really well. Yeah, I think that's working really well.
The downside of reading this on Kindle is that I didn't see the who's list.
I do. Yeah, I like the who's list. Yeah,
that is the negative.
How many people actually read the end comments, like the end, like summaries and stuff? Because the author's notes and things. Do actually people tend to read that? Because I didn't really read the character listings, although it can be helpful because obviously I'm looking at my copy at the moment. I read her author's note, I think, on this, but I didn't really read the character listing. I only just double checked who was factual and who was non-fiction. But I always like the timelines. I think Alison Weir puts the timelines in, and I actually it's one of the only series of books that I will actually look at the timelines just to double check what went when and stuff. Yeah. And for me, I found it quite interesting, but I don't read like things like the discussion points because we already know what we're chatting about every day anyway, don't we? So like reading group questions. Yeah. Yeah. But going forward, do we look at the reading group questions for the next live? We could do. Don't know.
We could do. Though I think we're having quite a good chat with all these lovely people in the comments.
Exactly. I'm sure.
Oh, sorry. Ange mentioned Six the Musical, and yes, she did. They've already been. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I knew I'd heard it somewhere.
Yeah, it was Ange. Yes, it was Ange.
It was Ange. So yeah, obviously recommended by our lovely Ange.
Yeah, it's one of our group.
If I ever go back, I think it'll be
yeah.
That
would be great, wouldn't it?
To the theatre, to be fair, I haven't been.
Not right now. I'm not going anywhere right
now. There's a lot of Shard Lake books, and they get really massive. Have you seen the Tombland?
That reminds me. While we're actually chatting, Alice is there. I found another one of the Seven Sisters books the other day. I know Alice is looking for some for me, and I found one. So I've got to send her my new list that I need. There's only 2 books that I need in the Seven Sisters. We talked about series books. That I actually got a 7 series book set, and there's only 2 I need, but they're 2 right in the middle, so I can't start it until I've got. By the way, like you'll see, a pile that big of them. They're massive.
I know. I've read the first one.
Yeah, the whole series.
I've got the next 3 on my shelf.
I know what I'm going to say. Next year, should we do that? We're doing the Northern Lights next year, aren't we, me and you?
Yeah, we're doing the Northern Lights read along. So let's get past that first before we look at the
Maybe we'll just do a body read. Maybe me and you, the Seven Sisters. Maybe maybe we'll just. Yeah, we're doing.
Yes, 7 in the Shard Lake series. God, I'm so good.
7, well done. I might have to look those. Lizzie,
hello, Lizzie. I heard to read the book back in May. Lovely. Thank you for joining.
Oh well, yeah, it is a good book. I love the series. Like, it's so exciting.
Carolee Erickson writes Tudor fiction. Oh, if you don't mind an author with a lot of license. I do like an author with a lot of license.
Yeah, we were saying that, didn't we? We said you like that.
Yeah.
You like Philippa Gregory, you like the bit of license. So it's going to be good. I must admit, I'm going to be out here reading the next chapter of Anne Boleyn probably tomorrow before I go to town.
Oh,
Get up early and sit in the garden.
Lovely, lovely.
Yeah.
I do read author notes generally. Yeah, I tend to scan them. And if they're interesting, I'll read them. Or if I'm listening on audio, I tend to listen to the author's note. But not always, because some author's notes are just really dull.
Yeah, they are, aren't they? I've noticed Alison's are quite good. Alison's are quite good, actually.
Okay. I don't
because they're actually telling us what bits are factual and what bits are non-factual, fiction and non-fiction. Tells us a bit of factual knowledge at the end, which I think is quite helpful.
Okay.
Because if it can help
Henry VIII was the play. I thought it was Henry V that was a Shakespeare play.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Didn't know if Henry VIII.
You added some eyes. Are you drunk and you've added some letters?
Yeah, we know about this. We know what Jack's like.
I saw the sixth one opened on Broadway back in. Oh, amazing!
Oh my god, amazing!
Amazing.
America. Imagine it in America. That would be so cool.
Jack, love the Shard Lake. Only one I've not read is the last one. I heard great things, and it is indeed. Oh, interesting.
But it's indeed a brick. Yeah, that puts me off a little bit.
There is a Shakespeare.
Henry. Didn't know that.
I did not know that.
I thought he wrote Henry the other Henry, the earlier Henry.
He definitely wrote one called Henry V. That is for sure. It's an obscure one. Alice is obviously our resident expert on Shakespeare plays today. It's definitely the 8th. Okay.
Oh, that's one to think about.
Appreciate the author notes for historical fiction because it gives so much insight into what's based in fact. Yeah, I would agree with that. Yeah. Definitely. Good point, Lizzie. Well made. Had no idea that Shakespeare had done Henry VIII yet. Well, at least we're not the only ones. And Jack's like a teacher, so she should know.
Jack's very knowledgeable. Jack knows loads, doesn't she?
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't know how much Shakespeare she teaches her 5-year-olds, but
that was just for 5-year-olds, you know.
I tend to say now on the list of thank yous, but the author's notes are quite interesting for this book.
Oh yeah, thank yous get really boring. Although I don't know if anyone's noticed that a lot of like the books that are coming out that are newish released have all got about that COVID stuff commented on at the end of the author's notes.
Oh really?
Everyone's going on about, like, I've had so many contemporaries that were written, while it was all going on the first time around, and there's loads of comments about it at the end of the book, and I'm going, oh, for flip's sake. So this is what we're going to face for the next years.
Sorry, I'm jumping about a bit here. Well, it would be too recent history.
That's what I thought, William. Yeah, because I know he wrote about Elizabeth quite a lot, didn't he? Because he had a bit of a thing for Elizabeth, didn't he?
Oh well, then it wouldn't have been too late, would it?
Yeah,
Elizabeth was after.
Yeah, he was because he wrote a bit about Elizabeth, because he was just after, because he wrote, I think, in Elizabeth's era.
Oh, yes, perhaps he did. God, I get so confused.
Because it was Elizabeth
going. Definitely not trusted, Jack. Especially when we know you're on the source tonight, mate.
We don't blame you, Jack. Seriously, don't blame you.
Well, it wasn't showing much, Jack.
Yeah, it could be.
I don't just teach 5-year-olds. Oh, well.
Oh,
we totally thought that all you did all day was play with play days. So you've just,
Well, I think, like I said, I'm being good. I've only got the one gin tonight. Jack's probably having a bit more. It makes a change. You're not drinking, doesn't it, Jeff?
I have taught Shakespeare. I love the way Jack is defending this, even though
she's like, "Yeah, I taught
Shakespeare." You didn't know that was a Shakespeare play. Oh, here we go. Obviously not in any.
We love Jack. We love Jack. I think did we just regularly take the piss out of all our group? Do you just think we just take the piss out?
Yeah. He was Elizabethan.
That's what I thought he was Elizabethan. Jacobean, yeah. I thought he was.
Thanks, Alice. It's a good job someone here knows the history.
I know a bit. I said Elizabethan. Excuse me. I said Elizabethan. Just a bit, Jack. Just a bit, Jack. So I can be a bit sass. Oh my god! By the way, you know, like we say that I'm always the nicey one on our group, like the soppy git on our group.
You are. Yeah.
I got told by my one of my colleagues today that I was a evil mum because I went and embarrassed Mia in front of her teacher yesterday.
Oh yeah, but it's different. Mumness is different. Like you have to be evil if you're a mum. It's like in the job description.
If they wind you up, don't you have the right to go and embarrass them in front of everyone?
Even if they don't wind you up, you have the right to embarrass them because they're your children.
Yeah, that's what I think. I just think it's right to be evil. Don't forget the finger painting. Yeah,
yeah.
Aren't you in that sort of age range at the moment where you're going through that, Jem? The finger painting and all that.
I try and avoid it. I try and leave it for the school to do.
Yeah, so I'm glad I'm the only parent that was like that because I was like, I wasn't the mum that like I banned Play-Doh very early on in my days with my two when they were younger. Play-Doh was banned because I learned the Play-Doh went into rugs and carpet, and paint went everywhere and was unable to be clean. So it just then take it to the nursery. Nursery can have it. You don't.
Yeah, I gave him some paper in the garden the other day to use as colour.
That's fine.
He drew all over my patio. I literally nearly had a cardiac arrest.
Have you got God? Best thing for the garden. Best thing that I've learned. Bat giant chalks. Paving slabs.
Still no. That is still on my property, Emily.
Yes, but that can be washed off with water.
No.
That's about as nice as I am. It's like giant chalk. Was it?
No. Roast and Jack, yes.
Yeah, with cheese and Jack.
Oh yes. Oh sorry, Julie. Elizabeth Fremantle is another great.
Oh, okay. Thank you, Julie. Sorry, we're rambling.
I have already written that one down.
We do ramble a bit, don't we? Waffle.
Whose idea was this read along? Well, it was a bit of a collab, really. Danny came to me and said, "Jem, should we host a read along?" And I was like, "Yeah, that'd be nice. We'll pick a nice short series so that it's not too much commitment." And then somehow we picked this series, which is going to take us a year. And then we were like, "Oh, you know who else would be really good? Emily." So we just forced her, strong-handed her.
It was literally you're like handcuffed. You have to do this. Like you really have to do this.
You must.
Even though I was already hosting like 2 or 3 other read-alongs and a readathon. And
to be fair though, Ems, you didn't put up that much of a fight.
I was like, I think I thought about it for how many minutes? Was it about 5? 5?
Oh dear, I have a Philippa Gregory called The Last Tudor Yet.
Oh, that's in there. Yeah, that's quite interesting.
What it's about, Lady Greg. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I've read that one.
I've read it.
Have you read that one?
I've read it. I've read the whole series. Remember, I read it last year. I read the whole series last year, didn't I?
What, the Philippa Gregory's?
Yes, I read the whole series last year.
Machine, man.
Yeah, I read one a month, every single month last year.
Oh yeah, I'll add you too, Julie. Adding now. I have to do things when they come up because otherwise I forget.
She'll forget.
I will forget.
That's kind of like another thing. We do tend to forget things. Yeah, like I think I was like, another person's on my phone that's been added to our group. Yeah, I think I've kind of decided that next year I'm not really going to host quite as many read-alongs or not as many longer ones anyway.
Yeah, indeed.
We put back the like I said, we put back the Doodah Golden Compass that series, the Dark Material series, haven't we? So
yeah,
we were going to do that this year, and I went no more.
Yeah.
But then I've already volunteered myself for a read along for Victober. I'm hosting a read along in Victober, so.
Oh.
Do you remember I'm nagging one of you lot to ask to be my co-host? You lot on the group waffle. I can't remember which one of you agreed to it though. That's the thing.
I think it was Alice.
Was it Alice or was it Jack? I think it was either Alice or Jack that agreed. I can't remember.
Alice agrees to everything.
Alice does agree to everything. It's like we're so mad, isn't it? It's like but Tudor is definitely like one that's fun, and I think this is probably my most fun series. I think Anne of Green Gables has definitely hit a stall point. We're nearly at the end of that, thank God. Wolfhall's finished. That's another one I'm done.
Indeed. Julie's just saying that The Last Queen is indeed about Lady Jane Grey.
Yes,
so that
is
just a brush and water. Yeah. Well, the teachers can do the brush and water, Jack. That's their job. My job is forcing vegetables and
Oh, of course,
hosing down in the
vegetables.
garden. Have you tried just giving him a brush of brush and water for pet? Oh, I see.
Ah.
So no pain, just water. That is a good plan. Actually, that would be acceptable.
You wouldn't.
I can deal with that. Teacher
minds.
See.
Yeah, but you teachers you teachers of 6. It's like we've got now parents thinking 6 months, 6 weeks summer holidays. We're going to be doing that for 6 weeks.
Yeah. Lizzie asking Hungry Bookworm if she's read the last Tudor. It dries up and vanishes. Magic, unless he like throws it at someone or the dog. That could be interesting.
This is your son. What do we expect?
Yeah,
we hear Charlie quite a bit.
I have a pedigree, high caliber hunting dog that hates water.
What? Rudy hates water?
Oh yeah, if you try and take him out in the rain, he like has a epileptic fit. He's like, what is that?
Oh my god!
Honestly, so spoiled.
Magic painting books are the best. I remember those.
I do remember those actually. Yeah. Oh, it was good. Last Tudor was good.
Yeah, I liked it. I did think it was really good. I think Lady Jane Grey was quite not known about Tudor. I think that obviously she was connected, but she wasn't. She didn't really have much of a stay, did she? She was like, was she one of the shortest queens ever? I think
just probably.
Because she was only a queen for like 2 weeks, wasn't it, or something like that?
I don't know. Mary weren't queen for long though, was she?
Mary was queen for a year or at least. I think Mary lasted longer than you think. We hear about her more in the latter queen bits. Katherine of Parr, I think. Katherine Parr kind of. Katherine Parr, we get Mary. I think we get Mary coming in in Katherine Parr. Yeah, Mary's in Katherine Parr because if you think the Katherine Parr book goes on after Henry VIII dies, we all know he dies and she's the only one that survived. So we kind of get a bit of Mary going in.
Yeah. Historical question: did Henry VIII die of syphilis?
I don't actually know that.
Does anyone know, or did I just make that up? Was that like some weird school rumor? That we obviously had like history and sex education.
He could have had anything. Seriously, what he was like, he put it, but he couldn't hold it up.
Well, probably not. Probably
he couldn't so much perform in the latter days.
Yeah, he was. Yeah. Lizzie, yes, please make a Boxer account. We've had like a few new people over the last couple of days, so I will drop a voice note after this is finished just to like let everyone know how it works. In anticipation of Anne Boleyn starting. But yes, you do. Got quite a lot of Philippa Gregory, but can never remember Beyond the Other Boleyn Girl. There is
quite a few good ones, I think. If anyone wants me to list them, Jane. Actually, Julie gave me a post which I think I saved about the order that they can be read, that they've got to be read in.
I think you can get. There's a thing online, isn't there?
There is something online that you can.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's Charlie coming up the stairs.
At least
Alice, I zoned out. What have I agreed to now?
We're debating whether did you agree to hosting the Tenant of Wildfire Hall with me, or was it Jack that agreed to doing it? Because I know one of you lot agreed to do it. It's really good one. Oh, there you go. Lizzie's getting added.
Yeah, doing it. I'm on it.
You're on it. She's on it. Yeah, we're just trying to remember, Alice, whether it was you or Jack that agreed to do the Tenant of Wildfire Hall with me. Because basically, I'm gonna grab one of you lot to do it with me. One of the group waffles doing it with me. You do not have a choice. I'm evil like that. What the heck is that in my background in my garden? I've got no idea.
It sounds like there's a ship in your garden, but you don't live near the coast. So
there's like seriously, I swear to God, right in my house, we have like a motorbike track. It sounds like. Gemma's add another person to the chat. Yeah, my cat's gone inside. You should see right now. I've been wearing my short shorts because it's summer, obviously, and my cat decided that last night when I was sat out here reading. Apparently, either of you agreed. You are agreed to, yeah. Can you not remember, Jack? Please, one of you remember this. I can't remember who I got now into doing it with me. No, it's one of you lot. Lady Jane Grey.
Oh,
No.
I haven't, but I love Helena Bonham Carter.
So do I. I love her so much. I love her in The Crown. She was so good in The Crown.
Oh, Lady Jane reigned for 9 days. Yeah, that's quite a short amount.
Oh, so I did say it was short, didn't I? I said it was about a week to 2 weeks, so I got it kind of right.
I read that possibly he did die of syphilis. I assume.
Oh, so Jack.
Oh, it wasn't Alice.
So I think it was you, Jack. It was you, Jack. Jack, please agree, or I'll get Jen to do
it. Is Catherine Parr the daughter of Maude?
Yes, I think so. Or connected to, but I can't remember exactly.
Julie.
Julie. Yes, it was. Oh, it was possible he did. Oh,
see, I knew it.
Yeah, that's
right.
it.
Common for the time.
Oh yeah, that was quite.
That's actually quite gross.
Very gross. But, like, how did he get it? It wasn't you, Jack.
Probably from his promiscuity.
So it wasn't. Jack's now saying it wasn't her. Apparently, neither me or Ange. Was it you, Ange? Because it wasn't you. Maybe. It wasn't Danny. Definitely wasn't Danny.
I read it last year. So we're supposed to read it again this year.
Oh yeah, okay. So it wasn't.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Ange. Maybe it was Ange. I don't know.
It wasn't. Ange thinks it was Danny.
Do you think it was Danny? Process of elimination. Can someone agree to it? Well, I'll leave a message on the Boxer group later. I'm just going to rat-ass and make one of you lot do it. One of you lot can agree to do it when you're drunk.
Helena Bonham Carter's first film. So how old was she then?
She's just been really young then.
Out for ages. Good work, Ange. Pass the buck to the only person not here.
Yeah, the only person that's actually here. Yeah, great. Daddy's going to hate us when she watches this. When she watches this, she's going to be like, I'm going to kill you lot. I'm going to kill you.
Oh, dear.
We have such a laugh, don't we? We're a bunch of nutcases. Goodbye.
She was Anne.
Anne.
I think this is Jack's fat fingers again. I think
it was. I'm not interested. Like,
oh, about 19.
I swear, my God, my phone.
About 19.
About 19. Okay. Oh God, this must be in their early days, wasn't it?
Indeed, indeed. So yeah, we have been on for an hour.
How long have we been on for? Oh my goodness. We said we were going to do it about an hour, and we've chatted quite a lot. But how much of it's been about the book, and how much of it's been? I think we've done all right. How have we done, guys? Have we done all right?
About the book and generally Tudory things.
Yeah.
So I suppose, is there any sort of things that anyone wants to discuss?
Yeah, because we said we wanted to do it for about an hour. So we've got about 5 more minutes. So if there's anything, obviously, anyone wants to chat about.
1986. Oh, that was before I was born, Jack.
Yeah, stop making us feel old, Jem. Aren't you the youngest in our group? You are the youngest in our group, aren't you? Actually, Jem.
I think Danny is 6 months younger than me.
You and Danny are the youngie. You're the babies.
Yeah.
You're the bubba. Making us feel old. Because I was quite a bit old.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think it was a good book, and I think we're very much looking forward to getting stuck into Anne.
Definitely. I think going forward, I've sort of obviously read. Oh, this is only available in. I've got my copy that's second hand. It's only available in Sainsbury's. Apparently, it contains an extra chapter. My copy. This was my second hand copy, and let's have a look. Anne Boleyn's obviously was connected to Elizabeth. She was the Howard. A great film. She's connected to Howard and Tom. So yeah, her mum was Elizabeth Howard, which was connected to that family. So we know she was cousin of. She was one of the cousins of Catherine Howard. Okay. She was related to Catherine Howard. So that's how she was connected to Catherine Howard, who's going to be one of our later ones. And then we obviously got Thomas Boleyn, yeah. So it's going to be quite interesting, actually, looking at this. I'm trying to think. There's sort of if there's any bullet points we need to sort of think about, but
yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
Alice, this is the moment for a deep, difficult question about the book, but I don't have one.
Oh, that's a very good truth. I tell you what, though,
I think in your extra chapter, who had an extra chapter?
I've got an extra chapter of Anne Boleyn for the next book.
Oh, yeah. Well, don't tell us now because it'll be a spoiler. You have to tell us next time.
Yeah, I'll tell you the title of it: "The Tower Full of Ghosts Today." It's a short story.
Oh,
Yeah, no, it's the Jewels of
Intrigue.
Anne Boleyn. That's it. The Jewels of Anne Boleyn. That's the actual extra chapter. And then there's a short story at the end.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be good.
Lizzie said, I wonder how Alison is going to write from Anne's perspective after writing so strongly from Catherine.
Yeah.
Yeah. It takes like it will take her a lot to move like mindset for each of I mean, I don't know, how long did she leave between publishing each of these? Do you know?
Let me have a look. I can have a look because surely it should tell me the publishing date right at the start of the book. So, yeah, right. According to this, Anne Boleyn was first published in. It's got copyright and design on 1988, but that can't be right. It's 2017 was Anne Boleyn, I think. That's copyright.
Really?
Right. First published in copyright, 2017. Because obviously 2021 was Catherine Parr.
So she wrote every book in between in a year?
Well, according to this, copyright's 2016 for Katherine of Aragon. So she did one every year.
I'm just checking what Goodreads.
Yeah, check what Goodreads says.
2016.
This is every year.
Aragon. You're all right.
That's interesting, isn't it? See, it's handy having the books here because I'm actually glad I'm going to do this for the next one we do.
Yeah, so it looks like she wrote one a year. So 2016, 17, 18.
Yeah, because then she's like I said, she's written a new series that Julie's got me wanting to buy at some point.
Yeah, that's quite impressive because they're pretty big books and require, even if you've got like decent knowledge, surely it requires some research. So one a year is
pretty darn good, isn't
it?
That's even worse. That's even better than me. Crying out loud.
It was great to learn about the group on Vox and doing. Oh, it's great to have you.
Oh, brilliant! Yeah, it's great to watch. We will say that if you're going to leave spoilers, let us know in the comments. So when we do the chat, we always say if you've got spoilers or if you haven't read this point, do it that way, isn't it? Because that's what you learn in Persuasion Along. You have to say what chapters you're talking about so that we don't give each other spoilers.
Yeah, I'll leave a voice note just to clarify it all later tonight. But it's really easy.
It's very easy. If I can do it, anyone can.
So no, and I do hope that as we progress through these books, our live shows will become more about the books and not just about Tudors in general. But I think it's been a fun chat today. I think it's been fun.
But I think, in all honesty, I think the books, if you think about it, the whole books are based on the Tudor era. So we've actually got a knowledge. Like I said, we've had people recommending other books, and we're obviously going to have other books that people are going to find in the coming year. And it's going to be quite interesting to put that in because it gives us a more wider perspective on the book we're talking about if we know more about other books and about other authors, and kind of gives you a bit more of a knowledge, I think. To me, that's something I've loved about it.
I agree. 6 novels, 6 years on the back. Says Alice.
Oh,
that is really impressive. One book a year. Yes, Rebecca. Sorry, you guys all figured this out while we were still going, what?
We couldn't believe it, yeah.
Catherine was 16 and Anne was 17. Yeah.
Is there anything anyone wants us to do ready for the next live chat? I think let us know in the box of comments if there's anything you want us to prepare for the next live chat, because this one we really have flagged it, haven't we?
We have, yeah. Actually, maybe when we get close to the time, we'll ask in the Voxer group if anyone's got any specific questions that they want to discuss.
That's a good idea. Maybe we can write points because you've been the only organised one this time round.
Same Lizzie, really looking forward to seeing elements of her Katherine of Aragon book from Anne's perspective. Yeah, I think it will be really, really interesting.
Those of you that want to read it in all, because you can read it in 1 month. I'm saying you can read it in 1 month, but
Emily can read about 500 pages a minute. So
I think Emily's read 9 books already this month.
Though to be fair, Ange could just leave it to the day before the live show and she'll be fine.
And then she'll do exactly.
Curious to see Catherine from Anne's perspective. Yeah, me too.
Oh, that could be interesting, actually. Yeah.
I actually really thought that was well done in this book, actually. Anne's entry to court.
Yeah.
And then obviously her subsequent delinquency. The way Catherine just didn't see it coming.
No, she really didn't. But do you notice how Jane Seymour's popped in on Katherine of Aragon as well, though? And how she felt so sorry for Katherine of Aragon.
Yeah.
That made me like Jane, actually.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting to see that in Jane. we got that to come up in Jane as well. I'm sorry though, but I'm warning you guys, when we get to the 5th book, I hate Catherine Howard more than I hate Anne Boleyn. And when I say I hate a character, I absolutely, you know me, I don't hate people very often, but she is the one queen I could easily throttle. I'm glad she got killed. Sorry, I shouldn't have really said that, but seriously, she was the one that deserved it the most.
Yeah.
Even more than Anne.
Sharon's saying that's the serious output. Yeah, it was a book a year. And because she started her new series now as well, hasn't she? So
yeah, like we just said, Julie knows about that.
Has she released one this year? Or is it still
she's released one this year. And like I said, Julie's got it, and I believe Danny's got it. And I want it, but it's it's quite expensive even on Amazon at the moment. It's not, you know how Amazon sometimes drops the prices of books? This one has not even dropped the price once. It stayed expensive. Yeah. And I'm reluctant to pay that price.
Oh, useful information from Rebecca here. That Alison has a video on the Waterstones YouTube about the research that she did prior to starting writing. So that's cool.
I might try and watch that if I ever get any 2 minutes time.
Yeah. Noted Ari spoilers.
Right, okay. We are going to have to shoot off in a second.
I put my thumb up this way and you can't see it. Okay, we'll just get to the end of the comments and then I think we're going to have to...
Yeah, because I've got all the lights are all going up in my house. I think they're going to lock me out in the garden.
Ange had no one to spy on today. That's why she got through the book. So
yeah, good for you. All right, Jane. Oh, that'll be you like to read them all for? Yeah, that's going to be good.
Good idea. Ari questions. Yeah, thank you. Ange always has some topics set for her lives, and I thought, yeah,
that's your idea.
We definitely came unprepared. We are officially seat your pants winging it today.
We wrung it completely. Yeah, we really did. I hope we did all right. Hope anyone that watches it afterwards wants to comment or anybody else. I have to go. Yep, we're going to be going now anyway. I will obviously chat later to my mad friends, but I'm going to go and sit and read some. I'm going to go to bed, I think, very soon. So Katherine of Aragon was a child. Yes, I do know that. She definitely was a child. You feel sorry for that. I don't know how much of it would say an abuse victim. Yeah. I can kind of see it both ways, so it's going to be interesting to see.
Yeah, I think that will cause a lot of discussion, that book. So thanks, Julie.
I have to go. Okay, well, that's great. I'm going to appreciate her on the
Thanks, Jack.
Thanks, Jack. Thanks, Alice.
Oh, thanks to everyone else who has commented today. It's been lovely live.
It's good fun. I've really enjoyed it. And we're going to go. So what do we do? Do we go? Bye. Do I say bye? So we do. What do we do? Do you go live? Stop the group and then we go. Bye.